What's going on, guys? D-pad first, and this is my review for Grand Theft Auto 5. I wasn't sure if any game could ever top the fun and nostalgic feels that I had with Grand Theft Auto Vice City. The original Grand Theft Auto, along with GTA 2, were good games at the time, but GTA 3 really got that open world sandbox ball rolling. Vice City was a huge step up. San Andreas gave you a lot more to do than any of the previous games. GTA 4 comes along, and while it was one of the best reviewed games of the last generation, it left fans wanting a lot more. I personally thought the story was great, the animations and physics were a big step up, and Nico is still one of the better characters in the entire series. If you fast forward about 5 years, or 7 in my case because I'm playing on PC, Rockstar Games have delivered the best Grand Theft Auto game yet.
So their own heart, put their necks on the line. Man, where's my get out of jail free card, motherfucker?
I'm sorry, okay?
You know what, Mike? You're a real easy dude to identify with, man. Pour me. Pour me. Man, pour me a drink, nigga.
Grand Theft Auto 5 uses what Rockstar refers to as the Rage engine. I believe Rockstar Games Presents Table Tennis was the first game to use it. GTA 4, Midnight Club, and then Red Dead Redemption was definitely the best example out of those games. Max Payne 3 looked excellent, and GTA 5 is easily the most improved of the entire bunch. I feel like Rockstar must be constantly looking for new ways to improve the engine. We can look and see what little footage we have for Red Dead Redemption 2 and see that they won't disappoint. I know a lot of times many gamers want to say that AAA developers don't give a damn about the PC platform. PC gamers are treated like second class. We've all heard these things, but I would argue in the case of something like GTA 5, Rockstar put the most care and features into the PC version of this game. The amount of options that you're able to tweak, I think, rivals that of even some of the best PC-only developed games, and I'm not even kidding. This game is still one of the most beautiful games you can play on console or PC. That is, of course, my opinion, but I play this game and I still don't really feel like it looks dated compared to anything that's come out after it. This game is a technical achievement on nearly every level possible. The city, the world that they have built here feels alive. I found myself many times walking around and listening to the NPCs have discussions with each other or talking to a loved one on the phone, and it feels genuine. Nothing about this looks or feels fake. Try to keep in mind that if you've only played the PS3 and 360 versions, the PS4 and Xbox One versions are also a big step up. I've personally seen both in action, and the last generation consoles just can't compete. When I look at GTA 5, I think this is definitely one of those games that gamers will be using to test their new PC or this PC part or that PC part for many years to come. The PC version is, of course, on another level. If you've got the rig to run it, GTA 5 is, as far as I'm concerned, a top 5 most impressive game for the current generation and maybe ever. If I told you the gameplay is about what you'd expect from a GTA game, that wouldn't keep you from wanting to check it out at this point, would it? If you said no, that's good because it is more of the same, but I think much, much better. Even some of the stuff that I usually find a lot less interesting, like the jogging or bike riding, was a lot more fun than in previous games. A lot of what you're doing is pretty standard for GTA at this point. Wait for a guy to walk out of a building, shoot him from a distance, shoot this person to scare them, but try not to kill them, chase a guy down, beat some information out of them. Again, this isn't to say that a lot of this stuff isn't still tons of fun. I'm just saying if you didn't like previous GTA games, you probably won't enjoy this one. I don't know if they ever added the feature to the PlayStation 3 or Xbox 360 versions of the game, but on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC, you can now play through the entire story in first person if you choose. It's not really for me. I prefer my GTA experience in third person from now until the casket drops. All of the animations, the driving, and the shooting feels more polished than any of the previous games. Everything and everyone just seems to have their own weight to them, and I think little things like that are important. Rockstar has always been one of the best, if not the best, when it comes to attention to detail. As one of the many awesome examples that I'm sure I could give for some of that great attention to detail, you might have a moment where, say you've rear-ended someone's vehicle, they might flip you off or curse you out. Hell, sometimes they'll actually get out of their car and take shots at you or even come over and try to pull you out of your vehicle for some hand-to-hand combat. Gameplay overall is quite simply improved. For lack of a better word, improved. It's still GTA, and it has and gives you those over-the-top moments, but in my opinion, this game feels more focused and more realistic than previous Grand Theft Auto games. Rockstar made the choice of giving you 3 protagonists. Some people love it, others hate it. I myself have mixed feelings. I really enjoyed it, but I think I still prefer having one protagonist and having everything centered around that one character. It's important to mention that Rockstar has also given each character their own ability this time around. I can't remember that happening in some of the other games. Michael's ability slows down time while firing weapons, Franklin slows down time while driving, and Trevor's rampage ability is about what it sounds like. Trevor gets really mad and kills people. It's not nearly as effective as the other 2 abilities, especially during the more challenging missions. I don't want it to sound like I'm complaining too much. I did enjoy being able to seamlessly switch between 3 different characters with 3 very different personalities. GTA 5 has this undeniable love affair with big money heists, and that even carries over into the multiplayer. In fact, the very first thing you do in the game is a heist. It's also, arguably, of course, the best opening any Rockstar game has ever had. You didn't actually think you were going to make it through one of my reviews detailing a game with a lot of guns without me mentioning reload animations, did you? I did find it a little disappointing that some of the gore effects and bullet damage from, say, Max Payne 3 and Red Dead Redemption did not make its way over. It's not to say that it's awful in Grand Theft Auto 5, I'm just more or less thinking, why did you scale this back? Why did you tone this down? It still has what is probably the best animations and gameplay for any open world third-person action game.
Crazy ass. She's spirit walking this shit now, man. That's just her attempts to...
Hey, don't be talking shit about your auntie, man. She got it. I mean, she cool as a motherfucker, man. Come on.
Come where?
We gotta go pick up some shit from around the corner, man. We can walk and talk at the same time, my nigga.
Why the fuck we can't drive?
Around the block with Chop? You need to walk with your fat ass.
Yeah, okay, you tall, linky son of a bitch.
GTA 5's story centers around 3 characters. Actually, if I'm being honest, it's more like 2 characters, with the youngest one serving as the heart of it all, the one trying his best to keep everyone focused. You play as Michael, Franklin, and Trevor. And believe me when I tell you, when Trevor is on screen, in almost every scene that he is in, you will know when the shitteth is about to hitteth the faneth.
Who are you?
Namaste. I'm Fabian. Good Lord. Where's Tracy?
So the way the story plays out is largely based on the past that Trevor and Michael have. In the first 15 minutes, the game does its best to help you understand why there's a lot of tension between these two characters. At times, you're sort of left to figure out where a lot of these puzzle pieces go, but for the most part, the writing and these very well done characters explain most of what you need to know. I think if someone was forcing me to pick one of the three protagonists, if there had to be a favorite, that favorite would likely be Michael. I like all three, but Michael's performance and issues with his family just felt a lot more real to me. Trevor is this out of control, extremely over-the-top maniac, and he'll even explain early in the game that he was discharged from the Air Force for failing his psych evaluation, if that gives you any idea about what you're getting yourself into. Franklin is a great character too, but I also feel in some ways this was a missed opportunity by Rockstar to have him be something really special. I'd go out on a limb and say that his friend Lamar is a far more interesting character. In fact, I wouldn't mind if the entire game had been just about him. The relationship with these three main characters is pretty damn believable. Michael doesn't meet Franklin under the greatest of circumstances, and Trevor sure as hell doesn't come back into Michael's life at the best possible time. It does work though, and I think they did a really excellent job of, again, making that relationship feel real. I just wish there was more character development in the way of Franklin. GTA 5's story ramps up the action from the very beginning and never takes its foot off the pedal. There is a yoga mission that I'm sure many feel screws up the pacing a little bit, and hopefully, it's something that they don't bring back for the inevitable GTA 6. It has been obvious to me for a very long time that there's still a lot of Hollywood influence in Rockstar's games, and GTA 5 is no different. And I'm not saying that that makes the overall writing bad or the entire game is bad because of that. We've all been influenced by something or someone, or many somethings or many someones. It just makes a lot of what you're seeing not all that original. It's still really enjoyable, and I think you'd find it difficult to find 20, 30 games that have this level, this quality of storytelling.
Lucky Merriweather! What are they doing here?
Steve, put your gun down.
Oh, same goddamn leg! Go! Fuck! Bullshit!
The best possible thing I can say about the sound design is the voice acting. The voice acting in Rockstar's games has been the absolute best in the industry for a long time now, and no one else really comes close in my opinion. Even though I feel Franklin is a bit of a missed opportunity as a character, I still feel like the actor did a really, really great job. The lines that he and Lamar share in any scene that they have are probably the best in the game. The voice acting for Michael and Trevor doesn't disappoint either, and things get even better between the two toward the end of the game when Trevor begins to have thoughts about their past. Jimmy, who is the son of Michael, actually has some great moments as well. Clearly, the spoiled gamer, up to no good brat that wanted more from his father type. I mean, in a game like GTA, where everything is top notch, the sound is something I could go on and on and on about. The sound of your weapons, helicopters, explosions, all sorts of different things happening off in the distance, different plane types, different types of vehicle sounds, all of that stuff is of an exceptional quality. Walking around in the city, people having different discussions with each other, smoking cigarettes, asking what the hell you're doing because you ran into them, or their reactions when you aim a gun at them. It's just all very believable, and stuff like that, in my opinion, often goes ignored in games like these. It almost makes you wonder a bit why a developer like Rockstar even bothers at all when it comes to this attention to detail stuff, whether you're talking about something with the gameplay, the visuals, or the sound that we're discussing now, knowing that most people probably don't care about a lot of that stuff, but they do, and that's what I appreciate and hats off to them. The radio stations or the soundtrack in the game took a while to grow on me. This review actually came from my second playthrough. I thought it was good the first time around, and I think it's still far from Vice City levels of awesome, but I think I'd put GTA 5 at number 2 for radio tracks.
Tell Floyd it is a good idea to meet at the condo. It's a great idea. And tell him we need chips and dip and prostitutes. Little shit. You motherfucker! Well, I'll be fucked. You got whatever. You lose, I win. Come on! Oh, stay down!
All in all, in conclusion, GTA 5 is the very best game Rockstar has ever created, not named Red Dead Redemption. We need to make that clear. So that is my conclusion. I think when you look at the sales numbers, it reflects a lot of that. Like, stuff like that just doesn't happen for a game. You don't sell 80, 90, maybe they're even at 100 million copies at this point and make some absolute trash game. Rockstar knows what they're doing. I think you might even say they're in their prime. Some may argue against that. I don't know, but I think they're in their prime, and I cannot wait to see what they bring with Red Dead Redemption 2. If Red Dead Redemption, Max Payne, and GTA 5 are this good, what is going to happen with stuff like Red Dead Redemption 2 or, again, the inevitable GTA 6? I guess we'll all just have to wait and see, but I absolutely recommend this game. I think if you like video games at all, you should at least try it. I can't guarantee that you'll like it or that you'll love it, but if you like video games at all, I think that this is one of those games, and I'm glad I played it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Twitch. Links in the description. Thanks again. You guys take it easy. Peace.